Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to be here today to talk about Roy's Pathfinder on the relation of sociology with other social sciences. Today's presentation is titled, Relation of Sociology with Other Social Sciences. Over the next few slides, we will explore how sociology connects and interacts with various social sciences, helping us understand the bigger picture. Let's get started. Sociology is fundamentally the holistic study of society, social structures, and human interactions. What that means is, we look at the big picture of how societies are organized, how different social institutions function, and how individuals and groups interact within those frameworks. Think of it as an umbrella that brings together many aspects of human life. It acts as an integrative hub, connecting and sharing deep, interdependent relationships with other social sciences. Fields like psychology, anthropology, economics, and political science all explore human behavior, but each from a slightly different perspective. Sociology ties these perspectives together, providing a comprehensive understanding of how human actions and social systems influence each other. So, when we study sociology, we're really gaining a broader view, seeing how everything connects and influences the larger social fabric. This interconnectedness is what makes sociology a vital part of understanding society as a whole, and it sets the stage for exploring the different dimensions of human behavior in this presentation. Let's take a closer look at the relationship between sociology and anthropology. These two fields are often called the closest cousins in the social sciences because they share a lot of common ground. Historically, anthropology mainly focused on studying primitive, tribal, or pre-literate cultures. In contrast, sociology tended to examine modern, urban, and industrial societies. What's interesting is how these fields influence each other today. Sociology borrows a lot from anthropology's holistic and cultural perspective, which means looking at societies as complete systems and understanding the interconnectedness of various cultural aspects. At the same time, anthropologists are increasingly using sociological methods to study contemporary, globalized communities. So you can see that although they started with different focuses, their methods and perspectives are blending, enriching our understanding of human societies across different contexts. This interplay highlights the importance of a comprehensive approach when studying human behavior and cultural diversity. So on this slide, we're exploring the connection between psychology and sociology. Psychology, as many of you know, focuses on understanding individual mental processes, cognitive functions, and behavior. It's all about what happens inside a person's mind. On the other hand, sociology takes a step back and looks at the bigger picture, collective behavior, social institutions, and how the broader social structure influences individuals. It's like zooming out to see how society shapes our actions and experiences. Now, the real interest lies in the interplay between these two fields. This relationship bridges the gap between individual and macro-level dynamics. For example, how does a society's economic structure affect mental health? Or how do individual personalities operate within the context of crowd dynamics? Understanding this connection helps us see how personal experiences are influenced by larger social forces, which is key to our overall theme of how individual and societal factors interact. It's about recognizing that the two are deeply intertwined and constantly influencing each other. Let's explore the connection between sociology and political science. Political science primarily concentrates on the formal aspects of governance, like institutions, power structures, and the machinery of the state. It's about understanding how governments are built and how they operate at a structural level. On the other hand, sociology looks at the broader social context that influences political behavior. This includes grassroots social movements, voting patterns across different demographics, and how social inequalities, like class, race, and gender, shape policies and political outcomes. Now, when we talk about the interplay between these fields, it's really about how they inform and support each other. Sociologists often rely on political science to grasp the laws, systems, and formal rules that govern society. Meanwhile, political scientists turn to sociology's theories to better understand why citizens behave the way they do, and what drives major political events like revolutions. So, in essence, sociology and political science are interconnected. They complement each other, helping us gain a richer, more comprehensive understanding of political phenomena and social dynamics. This synergy is crucial as we aim to see the bigger picture of how societies function and change. Now, let's explore the connection between economics and sociology. Economics primarily concentrates on the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services within a society. It looks at how resources are allocated and how markets function. On the other hand, sociology explores the social relationships and class structures that underpin these economic activities. It helps us understand the social context in which economic actions take place. Moving on to the interplay between these fields, economists tend to focus on models, market trends, and economic indicators to analyze how economies operate. Sociologists, however, add valuable context by examining issues like wealth inequality, labor exploitation, and the broader social impacts of economic systems. They look at how economic disparities influence social mobility and family life, providing a richer understanding of the societal effects behind economic data. So, when we combine insights from both fields, we get a more comprehensive picture of how economic activities are deeply intertwined with social structures and relationships. This integration is crucial for understanding the full impact of economic policies and trends on society as a whole. Let's talk about the connection between history and sociology. History, as you know, is a record of past events and societies. It helps us understand what happened and how societies evolved over time. Sociology, on the other hand, focuses on examining the social structures of the present. But it doesn't work in isolation. It heavily relies on historical records to see how past events have shaped the social institutions we see today. Now, moving to the interplay between these two fields. Historians often turn to sociological concepts to explain social changes that occurred in the past. For example, understanding shifts in social norms or institutions can be enriched by sociological theories. And as the British historian John Seeley famously said, "History without sociology has no roots, and sociology without history has no roots." This quote really highlights how intertwined these disciplines are. Without history, sociology might lack context, and without sociology, history might miss the deeper social mechanisms at play. So, in essence, they complement each other perfectly. This interconnectedness is vital for a full understanding of how societies have transformed over time, which ties back to our overall theme of understanding social change through multiple lenses. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. I really appreciate your engagement and interest in the topics we've discussed. Remember, the key points we've covered are all about how these ideas can impact your work and your thinking moving forward. I hope you found the information useful and inspiring to take the next steps. Once again, thank you for being part of this presentation. I look forward to seeing how you apply these concepts in your own projects. Thanks a lot.